January 27, 1980. A police officer in rural Australia peers into a blue Mercedes-Benz. Inside, a man named Frank Nugan is dead, a .30 caliber rifle by his side. In his wallet, police find the business card of William Colby, the former director of the CIA. Hours later, halfway across the world, a telex arrives at a quiet office in Honolulu. A retired US Army General, Edwin Black, reads the message and begins making calls. In Washington, D.C., a CIA handler reviews a classified ledger tracing millions in untraceable funds. None of them realize they are the first tremors of a financial earthquake. An empire built to fund America's shadow wars is about to collapse. An empire run out of a bank staffed by spies, generals, and gangsters. And at its center, Edwin Black, whose corporate connections, including to General Motors, provided the perfect cover for moving the CIA's dark money. How did a car company and a rogue bank become the financial engine for covert operations? And what did they do when it all came crashing down? The year is 1973. The CIA's secret war in Laos requires cash. Off the books. Money that can't be traced back to Langley. They need a laundromat. Enter Michael Hand, a former Green Beret and CIA contractor, and Frank Nugan, an Australian lawyer with a network of political connections. Together, they establish the Nugan Hand Bank in Sydney. On paper, it's a merchant bank. In reality, it's a black box. Its board reads like a Pentagon phone book. Retired U.S. Admiral Earl Buddy Yates, General Leroy J. Manor, and a dozen other high-ranking military and intelligence figures. The bank's business model is a masterpiece of deception. It offers impossibly high, tax-free interest rates to attract legitimate deposits from military personnel and wealthy expats. That clean money is then mingled with cash from the Golden Triangle heroin trade, illicit arms deals, and the CIA's unvouchered funds. The bank opens branches in the world's financial shadows: Hong Kong, the Cayman Islands, Singapore, and Thailand. It becomes a financial ghost, moving money for dictators like the Shah of Iran, drug lords, and spies with equal discretion. Its purpose isn't to make a profit, it's to make the CIA's money disappear. Every shadow bank needs a respectable front. For Nugan Hand, that front was a network of trusted representatives. In Hawaii, their man was Brigadier General Edwin F. Black. Black wasn't just a soldier, he was a creature of the deep state. A West Point graduate who served in 3 wars, worked at the Pentagon, and maintained top-secret security clearances. After retiring, he didn't fade away. He leveraged his connections, becoming a consultant and business representative, including for interests connected to General Motors. His official title for Nugan Hand: President of the Hawaii region. His job? Use his reputation to attract wealthy American clients. But FBI and CIA files declassified decades later reveal a deeper role. Black's name appears in counterintelligence investigations linked to covert financial channels, while the FBI publicly investigated him for mundane activities like subscribing to Soviet publications for his work as a military librarian. The real interest was his financial network. The files show Black facilitating transactions using his corporate cover to provide legitimacy. Was General Motors itself complicit? Unlikely. But its vast logistical and financial infrastructure was the perfect camouflage. A transaction for automotive parts to a Southeast Asian subsidiary could easily mask a payment to a CIA asset. A consulting fee to Black's firm could be a disguised transfer from Langley. Black was the firewall, the human shell corporation who could move money through the corporate world without leaving a clear trail back to the spies. For 7 years, the system worked flawlessly. Millions flowed through Nugan Hand, funding anti-communist rebels in Angola and secret operations in Laos. Then, on January 27, 1980, it all came apart. The death of Frank Nugan triggers a panic. Michael Hand, the ex-CIA partner, immediately begins shredding documents. He orders branch managers to destroy all records. He tells depositors the bank is fine, while systematically draining its accounts of any remaining cash. Within weeks, investigators from Australia's Corporate Affairs Commission raid the empty offices and discover the truth. The bank is a hollow shell. Over $50 million in depositor funds has vanished. The subsequent investigation is a global firestorm. It uncovers links to the CIA, the infamous Mr. Clean of the Manila underworld, and massive heroin trafficking operations. They find evidence of arms deals with rogue states. But key players start disappearing. Michael Hand, using a fake passport under the name John Paul CIA, escapes Australia and is never seen again. Where was Edwin Black in all this? He quietly distanced himself. When questioned by investigators, he claimed to be just another unwitting victim of the bank's fraud. But the paper trail, however fragmented, told a different story. His name kept appearing in intelligence reports and financial ledgers connected to the bank's most sensitive activities. The official investigations, both in Australia and the US, hit a wall of national security. The CIA denied any official relationship with Nugan Hand, calling it a rogue operation used by former employees. A 1982 US House of Representatives report concluded that allegations of CIA involvement were unfounded. But the evidence was overwhelming. The bank was a creature of the intelligence community, and its collapse threatened to expose decades of covert financial history. No senior American military or intelligence figure connected to the bank was ever charged. The story was effectively buried. It became a conspiracy theory, despite mountains of evidence from multiple government investigations. Edwin Black lived out his years quietly in Hawaii. The Nugan Hand Bank was destroyed, but its model survived. It created the blueprint for modern shadow finance. The use of offshore accounts, shell corporations, and respectable frontmen with corporate ties became standard operating procedure for intelligence agencies worldwide. Banks like BCCI would later perfect the model in the 1980s. The scandal proved that a corporation's global reach could be the perfect cover for a government's secret ambitions. The line between corporate interest and national security could be erased with a single, untraceable wire transfer. Today, the names have changed. Nugan Hand is gone, but the game continues in the digital world, with cryptocurrency wallets and encrypted financial networks. The story of Edwin Black and the CIA's secret bank isn't just a piece of Cold War history. It's a cautionary tale. It shows how the architecture of global finance was built with backdoors for spies, and how the empires of money and power have always been two sides of the same tarnished coin.